Hello, Connective. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Subscribe, comment, and like without smashing anything, and let's get into this energy. This is a collective reading for Scorpio. Scorpio, we've already got jumpers for your overlying and underlying energy. Gotten to the point where if the jumpers aren't coming out on the overlying and underlying, I am not pulling them. Kind of taking that as the message. So that the first time that happened was in Pisces reading, and it also happened in yours. But you got more cards on your underlying energy. So you got 2 cards for the overlying energy from the Universal Law deck, and you have 5 cards from the Akashic Tarot. You have 1 card for your overlying energy, and then you have 4 cards for your underlying energy. So I'm also taking this as when the Universal Law deck doesn't talk on the underlying energy, there's a good possibility, not 100%, but a good possibility that the underlying energy is not yours. It's an energy that's coming towards you. Now, in your case, because you got so many cards in your underlying energy, and because of what cards came out, there is a possibility that you could have either one very powerful person coming towards you or 2 powerful people coming towards you. So 2 powerful people or 1 very powerful person. So let's get the energy oracle out on the table, Scorpio, and then we'll talk about your overlying and underlying energies on these and what I see. And it's kind of similar to another message that came out. Hopefully it was for another sign previously, but I don't know. I'm of course getting a different feeling from it, and we'll get into that when we get into these cards. Yeah, see, every time they do this, they don't want to talk. They want me to pull. I would like them to talk. So we're going to go through the energy oracle 1 or 2 more times, and then we will pull a bunch of cards. I want to know some stuff about this reading. Sometimes I shoot these videos, you know, and then I watch them because I'm a Scorpio, and then I go, this is my reading. I could have to like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's the contract card. We'll talk about it. We got to talk about the underlying energy, but it's funny because I was going to mention with this card that when it comes out, she's got a scale in her hands, but she's blindfolded, and sometimes I take that as kind of like a, you know, like a energy balance thing, or like being blindfolded is like a not being able to see thing, but literally this card is coming out like a contract. So let's talk about that. It could be more than one kind of contract that comes out. So let's see what's up. Oh. I don't know. Let's find out. So we pulled these. You got a card that Pisces got. What's this? I could already feel the weirdness when I was starting to go for like the overlying and underlying energy. And I told myself, I said, well, this is Scorpio's reading. I was kind of like, why is it starting now, right? Okay, we'll figure it out. So for the overlying energy from the Akashic deck, we have the 5 of Scrolls, which is diversity. Diversity, a lot of times it basically, the card itself is telling you to expand, and it's time to expand. It's time. So this woman has like a scroll in her hand, but then there's a bunch of scrolls like next to her on the table, and it's kind of like the metaphor is kind of like to choose another scroll, like to keep choosing scrolls and experience everything. You're not even really looking for like necessarily what you like. You want to like sample everything so that you can like truly decide, right? Not only go, well, I want that one, but like, you know, to actually be able to say, well, I like this better than this and this better than this, and I like this and this kind of thing. And it's telling you to expand. There's a reason. We'll get back to that. So for the overlying energy from the universal law, we have the law of attraction, embody the highest version of yourself. Well, this is one of the reasons why you want to expand, because when you're trying to embody your highest self, you're trying to bring in the highest version of someone else, right? So the higher you can climb, the higher caliber of person that you will get, for lack of better words, right? And then we have the law of truth. Love unconditionally and create healthy boundaries. So again, if we want to not forgive people, if we want to carry hurts around with us, you know, a little bit different than diversifying if we've been doing the same thing the whole time by dragging stuff around with us. This card is saying that if we want to drag stuff around with us, we're going to get people who are dragging stuff around with them. If we want to go ahead and, what did it say? Love unconditionally and create healthy boundaries. You're going to get somebody who is able to love unconditionally and create healthy boundaries. You have to embody the energy that you want to attract. Law of attraction. We're going to get more into that, I'm sure. Okay. So again, if the law, universal law deck doesn't come out for the underlying energy, there's a really, really good possibility that this is not you. This is someone coming towards you. This is the reason why it's underlying. The reason why it's underlying is because it's in your energy field, but it hasn't actually reached you yet. So, and some of you might even be able to feel it. I have something similar going on right now. Well, this is my reading anyway. So, yeah, I have something similar going on right now. I know someone's coming towards me. I don't know who this person is. They are in my energy field. So, the Divine Physician is a healer. Card number 6. From the Akashic deck on the underlying energy, right? So this person is a healer. So this person could be coming towards you to either, like, after you diversify and kind of raise yourself up to a level that you want to be, this person is going to come in and match you, or it's a possibility that this person is going to come into your life to help you heal so that you can level up, so that you can be that person that you want to be, right? Or maybe you don't even know you are. You already are. And then you have Archangel Raphael, another healer. So again, there's either two, or someone is just extremely powerful or extremely effective for you. What do I mean by extremely effective for you? Let's say you're like me and you've been through a lot of stuff. You've done a lot of healing, but you know you're not done, right? You just know, you know, right? It occurred to me that certain things that need to be healed for me might need to be shown to me, like almost through somebody else's eyes, for lack of better words. So let me just throw it out there. So let's say I've had a bunch of bad relationships in the past. Let's just say every single relationship was horrific, right? So then I just decide, you know what? I'm not going to have any more relationships. This is dumb, right? I've said it before, like, where I'm coming into this thing wholeheartedly, I'm putting everything I have into it, and everybody's just playing around, right? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just not doing it, right? Then I had to ask myself, well, so what does this mean for you? If this person is supposed to come in and make everything better, or whatever you want to call it, what does this mean for you? Are you just not going to heal? And then I was like, well, no, I can choose to heal and not be in a relationship. I just choose to heal, right? So I told myself, well, you better choose to heal then, unless you want to do all this over again, right? So I started working on the healing, right? I'm doing all this healing and, you know, whatever. And sometimes even healing stuff that I don't even know I'm healing, or just stuff that I didn't know needed to be healed. Maybe even stuff I thought I dealt with before that are coming up again. Why is this coming up again? Sometimes it's coming up again because you're purging it. Sometimes you're coming up again because you didn't heal fully from it. It was maybe a little bit too painful. So you kind of scratched the surface. You had to heal from this before you could heal from this kind of thing. It's kind of like that when people die. Like, if you had like issues with your mom and then your mom dies, and then you have like issues with a boyfriend and then your boyfriend dies, sometimes you're not able to heal like from one until you can deal with the other. That's why sometimes when people deal with mediums, the person that has to come through first comes through first, because you can't even get to the healing from that other person until you can resolve this kind of thing. So healing is like that. It's like peeling away layers of an onion, right? You can do a little bit, but you're not ready for all of it. Or maybe you're just not at a point where you're seeing the next thing that you need to heal from, right? So you're going through it, you go, oh, there's some more, you're going through it, you go through it, and you go, oh, there's another thing, right? Eventually, you're going to get to the point, if you're truly like healing by yourself, where you're going to sort of hit a plateau, because certain things that cause certain things, like in my case, like relationships with other people, it's going to take a good relationship with another person for me to understand the balance of that, if that makes sense to you. I can keep going like the lone wolf, and I can do what I want, and I can even not experience any more relationships if that's what I want. That's not necessarily... Well, I was going to say healing. I mean, I might be healing while I'm doing that, but since we learned through all of our relationships, I wouldn't necessarily be learning anything else, kind of thing, right? So here I am protecting myself relationships by stunting my growth, you know, not really doing anything forward, just trying to clean up the past, right? Well, again, if all the relationships have been dirt, then in order for me to not think or not realize or not experience the fact that all relationships are dirt, I need to have one relationship that's not, right? Just one. It only takes one. Because then that proves to me that it's possible, right? That not every relationship is dirt, or at least the caliber of the person that I need to be with to not be in a dirty relationship, right? Something to that effect, a truth to help you to understand the fact that it's not like that. It's not always like that. It doesn't have to be like that, right? And then you actually have to experience that in order to get through that. So these two healers, if this is my reading, or one person could be coming in to make it all right, to let me know that I'm not flawed, or that the way I love is you know, well, I was going to say correct, but really what I'm looking for, the word is unconditional, you know, to let me know that I'm worth it, right? Could be two people, might be a friend, might be two friends, might be a boyfriend and a friend, or a girlfriend and a friend, might be a family member who steps up. Maybe they have a spiritual awakening. Maybe they just decide that they're going to behave a certain way. Not all of us. It's not just us that are growing too. Like everybody is. Your friends, you might make decisions in your spiritual awakening that, and then you might feel yourself like growing away from people, and then you might see some of the people around you actually stepping up, changing just a little bit. So this add some card is like, so these are like people coming towards you that are healers, and then this add some card is kind of like other like angels and ancestors coming forward to help you with this. So you have these people, and then you have these like entities or angels, or you have other help coming to you, and this is kind of like now. This is now. So this card also came out, which is the Five of Forces, which is the summer winter card. And it's supposed to, if it comes out upright, it's summer, and if it comes up upside down, it's winter. Like usually I take this as a timing card. So again, this is now, and this is summer. So for some of you, you're going to meet this person, if you haven't already, during the summer. If you see this reading later on and winter is the next season coming up, then it's going to be in winter. Again, this is now. So whatever you're seeing this reading, because my readings are timeless, they're meant to find you whenever you need them. This whole thing is now. By now, I mean, you know, in the next 3 months. Like, again, sometimes when people are in your energy, you don't exactly know when it's going to happen. There's multiple reasons for that. Things could still be cooking. Someone could be coming towards you, but be doing it very slowly. I know that for the timing for me, the happening is actually going to be between summer and winter. I just know that. That's about the only thing I know about that, but I do know. Just do you until this person shows up, guys. I'm trying to figure out which ones I pulled and which ones. Yeah, okay. Cards that want to get away. Oh, well, we can let this one get away. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, so yes, contract came out first. So this kind of told me that the person that's coming towards you, that this is like a soulmate. It could be a twin flame. Some soulmates look like twin flames. Or I think that sometimes if we choose for somebody to be a soulmate in this life, they could have been a twin flame in another life. So energetically a twin flame, but not coming in as a twin flame, coming in as a soulmate, okay? Especially if you have contracts with other soulmates, that twin flame dynamic might not be, what was I going to say? I was going to use the wrong word. Well, perfect. That might not be ideal for your particular situation that you're laying out for in your life. That twin flame journey might not be 100% conducive to what you're trying to do, in which case that twin flame might be a soulmate to you in this life. So we also have appreciation. We always have appreciation before we're trying to manifest, but we are also trying to manifest this person. We are trying to manifest, you know, diversity, because we do want to be better people when we're trying to bring in better people. I mean, some people aren't, they don't realize they have to be. They don't realize they want to be them, but they want to bring in better people. You have to be better too, right? You can't be attached to the old person and then try to get someone new in who's going to be different. You're going to get the old person who's the same, or the new person who's the same as the old people. You want something different, you have to be different. A lot of people miss that. They think, oh, I made a mistake, I can't do that again. Well, you can't be that again either. If someone is stepping all over you and they were allowed to step all over you, then you have to be that person that doesn't let people step all over you anymore. Because otherwise, well, if you did call somebody in that did, you'd stop it. But on top of that, when you're that person, people who come in don't want to step all over you. They can already see that they can't. So it's one of those things where we have to be who we want to attract. You have to be who you want to attract. I don't care how much work it takes. The rewards are there. And you want to be that for that person anyway, don't you? Unless you want to be lazy about it. But if you want to be lazy about your creating, then you're going to realize that you're going to keep getting what you gave because you're not putting the work in to level up. You are attracting the same thing, and that's the truth. So you got to realize that. So also, we'll get back to that. Okay. Door to value. This came out for Pisces. So door to value is anything that we might value. There is money flying through this door, but it's not just money. It's everything. In a lot of cases, it could be emotional stuff, right? Things that we don't even outwardly like declare. I want this in my relationship. I want that in my relationship, right? But we still value it, right? Things like love. I mean, you would think you could get into a relationship and not have to say, well, I want love. Well, not everybody wants love if they're in a relationship. They might want companionship. They might want something else. Here's the action card. We'll figure out what that goes. We have the patience card. So as much as I said this is now, sometimes things are moving slowly. Just because you can feel it doesn't mean it's going to come in quickly. It could be moving slowly. You might need to have patience. Again, don't wait for it. Do you while this is happening. Use your time to diversify so that when this person comes in, you're so ready and so able, right? You have storm warning. Figure out what that is. Yeah. Well, let's ask Alice. Let's ask Alice what that is. I mean, it'll probably come out in the blind spot, but I feel like this attachment is to like the things that we're trying to move away from. The storm warning could be a past person. Maybe. I don't think it's a current person. We can hold new attachments to past people forever. So there's that. I don't know, but I want one more card. I don't know why, but I want one more card. Person. It's a past person or a passing person. the storm warning card. It's either somebody who's gone or someone who's on their way out. Because we have this attachment card, we're trying to level up, but we're stuck to some things from the past, right? And then we have you can't go back to yesterday, be in the present. Sorry. So let's keep going. Growing up, wanting to grow in experience, rejection of perpetual youth. That's what we're talking about. In order to grow in experience, we sort of have to grow ourselves. We have to be open to a new experience. Doesn't this say something like this? Love unconditionally and create healthy boundaries. I mean, a lot of times if we're coming from this or we're coming from this, we don't have healthy boundaries. We might be loving unconditionally, but loving unconditionally even more means that you need to have healthy boundaries, because a lot of times people will take advantage. And again, we keep picking these people that take advantage. We could have easily picked somebody who wasn't going to take advantage if we were balanced in our giving. We don't necessarily have to be that person that takes advantage of other people to bring in someone who takes advantage. We can be that opposite to draw those people in. That's what a lot of people don't get. We don't pay attention to how we are. We give because we want to give, so we give unconditionally. We don't think anything of it. We think everybody gives unconditionally. And then we get matched up with somebody who takes unconditionally, and we don't understand why there's no balance. We don't understand what's happening there. We picked the wrong person, or they picked us and we didn't see it. We also have becoming braver, resilience, experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. So again, this is kind of like being brave enough to see the situation for what it is, to know that it's not 100% perfect. Even if it is an attachment from the past, we recognize it. We say, okay, we need to move away from this because I'm trying to draw in something that is definitely not from the past, something completely, entirely new. I'll be honest with you, Scorpio. As a Scorpio, I'd rather draw in nothing than draw in what I was drawing in the past. Follow your own good advice. Trust yourself. You know what is best for you. So a lot of times, too, we get these little warnings that we don't pay attention to because we don't. It's kind of like, oh, this is happening. Oh, maybe if I don't do anything about it, this will just be the one time, right? And then after the third time, you're like, oh, this is still happening? Oh, maybe if I don't pay attention to it, it'll go away. And then we get to the point where we're like, oh, yeah, batten down the hatches, run for the cellar, you know. And then by then it's kind of too late, you know. You have to do all this work to get out of it. Once you get out of it, manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. So this is kind of like when we're out of it, we need to be happy that we're out of it, not attached to anything. We have to be appreciative of the things that we're able to take with us, that we move into this other thing. I always say, when we wish away experiences, we wish away the good stuff too. We're like, oh, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I just want it to end. Okay. Well, sometimes when there's good things in that relationship, that ends too. And then we go, oh, I didn't realize I was wishing away that. You don't have to. You can take it with you. You can appreciate it. You can have appreciation for that thing, and then you can bring it into the next thing with you. You don't have to walk away from it if you don't want to. You have control over that. Let's pull the moons. We're already into 23 minutes here. This person's coming. Like, whether or not you're ready, whether or not you want to do any work, this person's coming. I cannot tell you what's going to happen if you're not ready. Not only can I not see it on the table, but my experience doesn't tell me. What happens when someone comes to you and you're not ready? What happens? My experience tells me that they don't come to you when you're not ready. But if anybody's ever had someone who they thought was too good for them, that would be one of those situations. Does that person ever come back? I don't know. Maybe you should put it in the comments. You have to be of that vibration, though. You're hanging on to yesterday, you're hanging on to storm warnings, the person that's coming doesn't bring any storms, you're not compatible. Even if you did get together, you wouldn't be compatible, but you probably wouldn't get together. They wouldn't be appealing to you. You wouldn't be appealing to them. You'd be toxic. People who have been through enough stuff aren't going to do that with you. They don't care how great you are. What do we got? Oh. Okay. Well, this is new moon in Scorpio, go deeper. So this is kind of telling me that if you're looking at this reading and you're like, well, I already expanded, I already did it. You're a Scorpio, go deeper. Go up a notch and then go up another notch and then go up another notch. If you want greatness, that's what you have to do. This person is already there. And we have first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. So there might be a Virgo involved with you, Scorpio. You look at things for how they are. But that situation too is also telling me that when you're trying to diversify, to really look at that, to really look at what that means, because we always want to keep ourselves, closed in. And this is saying expand. Don't worry about spreading yourself too thin. Experience everything so that you can be everything, so that you can draw in everything. And then this is new moon in Cancer, relax. This doesn't have to be hard work. It could be fun if you want it to be, right? It can be. Don't put a lot of pressure on this. It doesn't have to be. There's relief coming. You have backup. You have somebody protecting you. You have multiple people protecting you. And then full moon in Taurus, detoxify. So yeah, that old stuff. You gotta let go of that old stuff. This attachment. And we still need to be patient for what's coming. It's gonna be a little slow. We have a little bit of the past still here. And that could be the delay on this person. If you woke up one day and you just forgave everybody, detoxified, released your attachments, you were like, I'm ready for value. This person might show up at your door giving you some mail that was put on their step. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it is that. It is like that. But you have to be ready. The universe comes in, takes care of it. You don't have to manifest in a way where you plan out this person's arrival. Don't do that. The universe will take care of it one way or the other. You don't have to worry about how that happens. Just know that you're in a contract with this person that's coming, or people that's coming. And Scorpio, I am ready to pull the blind spot. I want to see what's stopping us. If this is your reading, just keep in mind, you're going to need to have patience with whatever this is. If this is your reading, you can already feel this person coming towards you. You can feel the energy changing at the very least. You may not know it's a person. I kind of feel like people are always in relationships anyway. Like not everybody. Some people do take long breaks, right? Here I am talking about not wanting to be in a relationship, and it's been about 7 years for me. So it's one of those things where it can be very slow. Some people just go right back into it. So they always expect somebody to be coming. You might have been single for a really long time and you don't really expect anybody to be coming. And even if you don't feel them coming, you're like, nobody's coming. Someone might be coming if this reading found you. If you're still watching this, someone is coming. So if this is your reading, there will be an extended. I'm going to go there right now, pull the blind spot. So the link will be in the description. Meet us over there. And if not, until we meet again.